And I know I miss so much on that night.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy ShadyMikeGaming, and welcome to another NBA 2K22 jump shot fix. We are finally taking a look at Charlotte Hornets superstar, megastar Lamelo Ball. I know this one's been heavily requested. I know it's taking me some time to get it done, but I really just wanted to make sure I did this one right for the community. Before we get into it, y'all, if you like this type of content, these jump shots, these signature shots, please go ahead and hit like on the video. It really helps a lot. And if you're new, go ahead and subscribe with your notifications turned on, so that you don't miss any of our future jump shots as we're going through all the superstars in the league. Wow, what can I say about Lamelo? This has been a long time coming. We've put a lot of work into this jump shot. I've always said, however, the Lamelo's a tough one to get done without a mocap, but I did my best in this video. So this is my take on Lamelo Ball. I really think you guys are going to like this one. All right, so when we take a look at Lamelo's release, the first detail we're going to talk about is, you notice he brings the ball up the left side of his face. And even on our jump shot, I wish we could have it more to the left, but there were just, some other things that we weren't able to sacrifice in order to get the proper motion. One thing when you take a look at when Lamelo holds the ball like this, you want to look at his hand placement. He has like both of his elbows pointing outwards, and it's almost like he's shooting the ball with both hands. I always say it's like he's chest passing the ball. In terms of the release point, you're going to notice Lamelo is going to shoot it from directly in front of his face. Sometimes that release is a little bit lower, sometimes a little bit higher. I'll be honest, that's as close as I could get in terms of the release point, but look at those elbows. They're going to keep facing outwards, and he's going to basically push the ball. Now, when he pushes the ball, one thing we want to look for is that offhand. That offhand is going to flatten out and kind of twist, and sometimes it even twists like all the way backwards. So that's one thing that we're looking for. And one thing we wanted to capture too, on the release, as he's letting go of the ball, you notice the ball is still going to be in the shooting hand, but that offhand is going to start to kind of flick and come off of the ball first, and then he really curls that shooting arm. One thing to take note of is his arm, and it's a weird detail to try and capture, but it doesn't really face straight on the follow through. It faces like to the right of his body. So that's a small detail that I just wanted to make sure I captured on the release. Now, guys, when we take a look at Lamelo's base, again, there is no base perfectly in the game, just like Lamelo's. We need to get him mocap, but the number one detail we're looking for is he shoots with a small hop going forward, and he keeps his knees bent. And that's the detail. Now, I have three bases here for you all that we can take a look at. A lot of people really like this one that I've got here, the Trae Young base. I think it looks very much so like his shot sometimes, but then I noticed sometimes he doesn't jump as much. So I wanted to make sure we had a base like that as well. And as I said, y'all, sometimes Lamelo will shoot with a less athletic base where he barely gets any lift. And I really like to use the Luka Doncic signature base for that. I think it captures it very well while respecting a lot of the qualities that we're looking for in the shot, right? Like the release point is still accurate. He gets those knees bent. I wish he was facing to the side a little bit more, but I still think it's a really, really good looking base for LaMelo. All right, y'all, and the last base that we're going to take a look at is the Giannis Antetokounmpo base. This is another good option here. And again, as we take a look at him shoot, the number one detail we're looking for is just his knees. The way that his knees, you notice they stay bent while he's in the air. These three bases, I just, are probably the only ones that really work for LaMelo. Again, they're not perfect, but I think they look really good. I think out of the three, like if you had to ask like which one I would pick, I think form-wise, the Giannis one is the most accurate just because his body faces slightly to the left, and LaMelo does that as well. And just the way that his knees stay bent throughout the whole process, like the Trae Young one does it sometimes, and the Doncic one, he's facing the basket, he's a little bit too straight. So this is another good option. That's what this shot is all about, giving us the ability to choose which one we like best. So as we take a look at LaMelo, this is the base jump shot, the Trae Young base. Remember, we did show two alternate bases, so some other options that you can use. You can scroll all the way back. I really like the Luka Doncic release. When I do use Luka Doncic, I do switch this to very quick for the first alternate, and then for the second alternate, a lot of people do like the Giannis base as well. The reason I changed the release timing for the Trae Young base is it was literally just too fast. Like, I couldn't time it personally, but if you want to bump the speed up, you can, but I have it on normal because it was so fast I literally couldn't time it. As we move over to the moving jump shots for the free throw, we go with free throw 56. Shout out to my man Max from the Discord. He recommended a free throw 56 for LaMelo. For my next gen folks, I'm pretty sure there's a LaMelo free throw there, so I think you can use that. I'm not sure, I don't have next gen, but I thought I saw a LaMelo like mocap free throw. I just don't know what it looks like. For the dribble pull up, you can go with WNBA2. Again, shout out to my man LC from the Discord. He picked WNBA2. I was having a hard time deciding between WNBA2 and Glenn Robinson. I really like Glenn Robinson. WNBA2 looks good as well. You can pick between these two, but the number one thing is we're looking for a very grounded pull up. He doesn't elevate that much on the pull up. For the hop jumper, now we've got options here. I personally went with basic because he's got the behind the back step back, but the default is also Pro 2, which is much more aggressive and has some of those sharp snatchback type step backs, because LaMelo does both. So sometimes they're very athletic, so you can go with Pro 2, but sometimes they're not, and they're slower, and there's very little vert, so you can go with basic. That's definitely going to be personal preference here. As we move over to layup package, we go with the Kyrie Irving package, of course, just for those double clutch type layups. If you're on next gen, I know you can use the jelly package, but definitely for sure no brainer for all the double clutch layups. We go with Kyrie Irving. We'll go ahead and take a look at the dunks. Now at the bottom, I did add switcheroos for Melo. You don't have to do this one. I don't know that it's very accurate to LaMelo's dunk package. I saw him do one dunk that looked like a switcheroo, but some of the dunks in that package are insane and way too much for LaMelo. One other thing too, he can't actually do the dunks unless you bump his dunk rating to like 85. So that's completely personal preference. You can completely skip that if you want to. As we go over to the dribble, the handles, I changed the dribble style to Steve Nash, and for the signature combos, you're gonna have an option. You can either go with the Kobe Bryant release. We've definitely seen some similar handles like that from LaMelo. Or you can go for the more aggressive route and go with the Paul George signature size up. We've seen footage that looks and references both. It's completely personal preference to whichever that you do decide to choose. All right, y'all, and that's going to do it for our LaMelo Ball jump shot fix. Be sure to keep it locked to the channel for all of our upcoming jump shot fixes. Also, be sure to follow me on all of my social medias at ShadyMikeGaming on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. But other than that, guys, it's your boy Shady. I am signing out. Peace. Threes.